back to Meet the Ministers. My guest on the program this evening is Jeff Seeney. Jeff, what was more enjoyable, local council life or working at the state government level?
Oh, that's a hard call. I've certainly enjoyed my days on the local council. You're much closer to the community. You're much more in direct contact, and it was very satisfying. But I think state government is the bigger game, and you can achieve more for a broader range of people. I think that country towns and country people have been left out for too many years. They haven't had a good deal from government for a long time, and to do anything about that, you have to be in the big game. You have to be in the state government and the federal government, but especially the state government, because it's in service delivery that country towns and country people have suffered.
Yeah.
It's access to those services that are in the main delivered by state governments. So to do anything about that, you've got to be where the decisions are made. So I think that's been the most rewarding part.
What's the big issue on your mind at the moment in reference to the seat of Callide?
Roads, transport access, especially in the aftermath of the floods last January. Yep. Roads and transport and access is just critically important for country towns and people who live in country areas. And our road networks were just holding together before the flood. They've been shown to be very inadequate since, and so that's a huge issue, and it's an ongoing issue, and it's a constant issue for us. But it's access to a whole range of government services that is also a constant issue. Access to health services. Too many people have to travel too far for basic health services that used to be available in local communities. All of those types of services, getting the same sorts of education opportunities for country kids, getting the same sort of services across a broad range of requirements for country people. They're the challenges for us, for anyone who represents country Queensland.
Are we making moves in the right direction in that respect?
I don't think so. I don't think we're gaining. I think the access to those services is less now than it was 10 years ago. The way those services are accessed has changed a lot, but I don't think anyone would suggest it's better. So it's a constant battle as the population dynamic in Queensland changes. The country people who live in country areas are now a lesser proportion of the total population than they were 10 years ago, certainly 20 years ago. So we have to fight harder for the same proportion of services.
From somebody on the outside looking in, it often seems like it's the power of the vote. If this community has 3,000 votes as compared to this one that has 10,000 votes, that's where the money's going to go.
Well, it's all about demand and priorities. I think the demand for those government services is such that a lot of people have to make decisions about priorities. A lot of service providers have to make decisions about priorities.
Yeah.
And as the population has grown and focused in the southeast corner, so the service provision has focused here in the southeast corner as well. But it's our job as representatives of country towns and country people to make sure that we are constantly putting the case for them to get access to as much of as many of those services as possible.
Must be frustrating. How do you maintain the drive, the strength to keep going to the coalface every day?
Well, it is frustrating because you know we're never going to get to a point where the problem's solved completely.
Yeah, it's never going to go away.
It's never going to go away. It's going to be a constant battle for me, for whoever follows me in this job. It's going to be a constant battle. But the motivation or the reward comes when you do get victories, when you help people access health services, when you get the little old lady gets her teeth fixed, when you get an assistance package for a disabled kid who was being left out. Those types of things. They're the things that give me the self-satisfaction.
And is that enough?
No, I'd like to see the bigger things happen in our communities.
Yeah.
I'd like to see our communities grow and develop, and certainly with the developments in the resources industries over the last few years, a lot of the communities that I represent have developed a new life, and gone from a community in decline to a vibrant community, and that's a very exciting thing to see as well.
How do you find time for Jeff Seeney outside of politics? Are you getting out of bed at 5:30 in the morning, walking into home at sort of sometime after 10:30, working on the weekends?
Yeah, my wife talks to me about this quite regularly. But look, this is a 24/7 job.
Yeah.
There's no getting away from that. It is a 24/7 job, but like all like all careers where the demand is high, you also have to protect yourself. I'm no good to anybody if I don't protect myself, but the chances to do that are fairly limited. We try and take a week or 10 days off every Christmas, between Christmas and that New Year period. We try and take a week or 10 days off, and try to get some time off in between, but it's very limited. There's no doubt politics everywhere is a 24/7 job, but when you represent a large country electorate, then it's full on.
I mean, it's a hard life. How do you find the time for you to stay fit and healthy? I mean, Bruce Flegg told me that he's seen politicians retire and lose 20 kilos over the next 6 to 9 months. I mean, you look pretty fit and healthy compared to some.
Yeah, I try and do an exercise routine at least 2 or 3 times a week. I don't get it in all the time. One of the biggest problems in this job is that you don't have a regular schedule.
Yeah.
Every day is different.
Yep.
That's great because it
keeps it interesting.
But it also presents challenges in terms of those other lifestyle aspects.
Getting to the end of the show, the election's not far away. We spoke about that earlier. What's the key, you think, for LNP success?
I think the key message for the people of Queensland is that we do have an alternative government led by Campbell Newman. We have a new government. The key is convincing the people of Queensland that the changes that we've made over the last 2 or 3 years, and especially the changes that we made over the last 6 months, have made that new alternative government fundamentally different from any choice they've had before. This is a whole new ball game, and that's the key message or that's the key challenge for us. Is to get that message to the people of Queensland. It never before, in my political experience, have the people of Queensland had the choice that they will have at the next election. A choice between a Labor government and an LNP government that is a solid, united, creditable choice, and a lot of people at a lot of elections have said to me that that's the choice they wanted to have. In this election, that's the choice they're going to have.
An amazing achievement in itself, just being able to pull that together over the last 15 years.
Certainly an amazing achievement, amazing time over the last 6 months since Campbell Newman decided to come into state politics. It was an amazing experience to be involved in that, to break all the moulds, to set out on a course of action that had never been done before, that a lot of people believed to be impossible, and to see it succeed to the point where we do have that alternative now to offer to the people of Queensland has been quite an exciting ride.
I'll bet it has. Jeff Seeney, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
You've been watching Meet the Ministers. My name is Shaun Bindley, and I look forward to joining you again next week.